Silence. You hear it, don't you? That sound of nothingness. It's uncomfortable for most, but for the silent warrior, it's the strongest weapon. While others scream for attention, drown themselves in noise, and beg for validation, the silent warrior sits calmly, waiting. And that, my friend, is where true power lies. You see, victory doesn't belong to those who shout the loudest. Victory belongs to those who know how to move in the shadows, how to bide their time, and how to strike when the moment is right. You've been told to speak up, to fight for recognition, to make noise, as if noise equals strength. But what if I told you that the loudest person in the room is often the weakest? The one desperate for attention is rarely the one in control. The real power, the kind that changes everything, is quiet. In today's world, people chase recognition. They think their worth is measured by the amount of noise they make, the number of people watching them. But you're different. You've chosen the path of silence. You've chosen to focus on your craft, to perfect your mind, and to build something within that can't be shaken. You aren't here for applause, are you? No, you're here for something far greater. You're here for victory. Think about the greatest battles ever fought, the most legendary warriors. Did they announce their every move? Did they tell the world about their struggles? No, they moved in silence. They made their sacrifices behind closed doors, and when the moment came, they emerged unstoppable. That's what you're doing, whether you realize it or not. You've chosen to fight your battles in the shadows. You've chosen to endure the hardships without making a show of it. But let me tell you something, this silence, this patience, it's building an incredible power within you. The kind of power that will shake the world when it's unleashed. You've been doubted, haven't you? People have overlooked you because you weren't the one shouting your achievements. They've dismissed your potential because you weren't loud enough to catch their attention. But what they don't see is what's brewing inside. They don't understand that while they've been chasing fleeting attention, you've been working, growing, evolving. And that's what a silent warrior does. You let the world think you're invisible. You let them believe you're not a threat. And while they're busy underestimating you, you're preparing for the moment they'll never see coming. Victory isn't achieved by those who play every card they have at the wrong time. Victory comes to those who hold back, those who know the right moment to strike. Being silent isn't weakness, it's the ultimate form of strategy. Silence allows you to listen, to observe, to understand your enemies and your environment without revealing your hand. While others are screaming, wasting their energy trying to prove themselves, you're calculating, you're conserving your strength, you're waiting. Because you know that victory comes to those who are patient, to those who choose their battles wisely, to those who understand that silence is not emptiness, but power under control. Let me ask you this, how many times have you fought battles no one knew about? How many nights did you stay up, pushing through your own demons, while the world was unaware? You didn't complain, you didn't shout for sympathy. You fought in silence. And that, my friend, is what makes you unstoppable. You've built resilience in the shadows. You've grown stronger where no one was watching. Victory doesn't go to the person who's always on stage, in the spotlight. It goes to the person who has done the work behind the scenes. The one who stayed focused, who stayed quiet, and who, when the time was right, emerged stronger than anyone could have imagined. Here's the thing about being a silent warrior. It's not about avoiding conflict. It's about choosing your battles. It's about knowing that every action doesn't need a reaction. Every insult doesn't need a response. Every challenge doesn't need to be faced immediately. Silence is a shield. It protects you from wasting your energy on things that don't matter. It gives you the clarity to see the bigger picture. You're not weak because you stay silent. You're strong because you have the discipline to remain calm when others are losing control. You have the strength to endure quietly, to carry your burdens without seeking attention. That's the mark of a true warrior. And when the time comes, when your moment arrives, that's when the world will see who you truly are. Not because you shouted for their approval, but because your actions will speak louder than any words ever could. When the silent warrior moves, the world listens, not because they were waiting for you, but because they can't ignore the impact you make. So keep moving in silence. Keep working. Keep grinding. Keep fighting the battles no one knows about. Because one day when you step into the light, when you reveal the strength you've been building, the world will have no choice but to acknowledge your greatness. Victory belongs to the silent warrior, not because they were the loudest or the most noticed, but because they were the most prepared. They were patient. They were focused. They understood that true strength doesn't need to be advertised. It just needs to be unleashed when the moment is right. So, stay silent. Stay strong. Your time is coming, and when it does, they'll wonder how they ever overlooked you. But by then, it won't matter, because you'll be standing at the top, victorious, while they're still trying to figure out how you got there.